There must have been times when you're talking to someone who's venting away all of their problems to you, and at first you were listening, and after a while you realize that you are starting to feel that frustration. Their energy is becoming yours, and by the end of this conversation, they feel lighter. However, you feel heavy, like you just took on their emotional baggage. And that's not just emotional exhaustion, that's energetic transference. Or maybe sometime when you enter in a room which is full of tension, nobody has even said a word, but you feel it, a subtle discomfort, there is this uneasiness. That's because energy is not what is spoken, it is what is felt, right? And if you don't know how to separate your energy from the energy that is around you, that is surrounding you, you end up carrying things that were never yours to begin with, right? And so in this video, we are going to understand how to not feel drained from people and situations, right? In the Hermetic teachings, it says that everything is vibration, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your emotions, or even your presence. The universe is not just physical matter, it's an endless movement of frequencies and energy. When you feel drained, it's often because you're operating in a reactive state rather than an intentional one. Instead of choosing how to engage with energy, you are absorbing it unconsciously, and if they can affect your vibration and your frequency, they can control what you feel and what you don't. Correct? In the Bhagavad Gita, there is this instance where Krishna tells Arjun that one who is not disturbed by happiness, distress, and is steady in both the situation is certainly eligible for liberation. Now, this isn't just about emotional stability, so to say. It's about energetic sovereignty. In this material world, we experience everything through duality, through polarity. Happiness and sadness, distress, success and failure, gain and loss, all are these polar opposites. Now, these opposites feel real because we are conditioned to identify with them. Because when we entered in this world, we agreed for this duality as well. And this is something you cannot fight with. However, these are just vibrational states that come and go. The moment you react to happiness and distress, you become attached to this state. If you cling to happiness, you create the fear of losing it. If you resist distress, you amplify its power over you. This attachment keeps you bound to the cycle of highs and lows. Now, this attachment keeps you bound to a cycle of highs and lows, which is constantly swinging between emotional extremes. Similarly, in the Bible, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Now, the heart, which is the center of our energy, is what dictates our experience. If you do not guard it, then the world will shape it for you. Now, the real question is, if you are watching this and thinking, I know I need to protect my energy, I know I need to not feel swayed between the extremes of emotions, but how do I actually do it? So now, here are the 4 practical steps that you can apply right now while watching this video. And also leave your comments in the comment section below, whatever insights you have from this video. Alright, so number 1 is detach without disconnecting. Now imagine yourself as a river. Now water flows through it. However, it doesn't hold on to anything. Similarly, your energy should be working in the same way. Instead of absorbing emotions around you, you simply observe them as an observe. You even acknowledge them, but you do not entangle with them. You do not take them in. Now, while you're listening to me, think of a recent situation where somebody's emotions drained you. Correct. Now, close your eyes for a moment and visualize placing a glass wall between you and them. Now, see their emotions bouncing off instead of reaching to you. This is not about becoming cold or not caring. It's about recognizing that their emotions are theirs and not yours to carry. So next time when somebody is venting their problems or are getting angry, just mentally reaffirm to yourself that this is their energy and not mine. And the more you practice this, the more you mentally affirm yourself this, it will create an internal boundary without you needing to walk away. I mean, of course, walk away if necessary, but at times you don't necessarily need to walk away. You just need to create that mental barrier, right? So, number 2, decide what deserves your energy, because not everything requires your attention. Before reacting or engaging with a situation which is draining you, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Because if not, then let it go. Because your attention is your power. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. You literally start attracting that thing in your life. Literally, just imagine yourself mentally cutting off a string that's tying you to whatever that situation is. And let it go. Just let it go. Correct? And number 3, create an internal anchor. What it means that whenever there is any external situation which feels very overwhelming, overpowering, center yourself before engaging with it, which will make all the difference. Now, take a deep breath for 4 seconds. Hold on to it for 4 seconds and exhale for 8 seconds. Now you can try this before entering in a stressful situation or even before responding to any message that is triggering to you. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of being like a flower of lotus in water. It exists in the water, which is dirty, but remains untouched by it. This means that you can indeed engage with the world without it letting it alter your inner state. And number 4, shift from reaction to response. This is very, very, very important. The more mindful your responses are, the less energy you lose. Most of our energy is drained because we react completely impulsively instead of responding intentionally. Now, think of the last time somebody triggered you or something that triggered you. And instead of reacting immediately, what if you had just paused for 3 seconds? That's it. So, from now on, when something really frustrates you, really just gets on your nerves, practice this 3-second rule. Therein, you breathe in deeply, mentally step back, and then decide if it is even necessary to respond. And this singular habit can save 90% unnecessary energy that gets drained from your life. The moment you stop letting every wave shake you, you reclaim your energy. You do not have to avoid people. You do not have to, you can avoid if really, really necessary, but at times you just need to shut yourself off off from the world. Just master how you engage with it, because you are going to choose your inner machine. And with that, I will see you in the next video.